I'm Ruben. I want to be a film producer or a TV producer in the biggest company in the area, in the industry, such as Netflix, HBO, Paramount Pictures, Marvel. But I want to tell my stories. I want to tell the stories that people haven't heard about, and I want them to feel the way I feel making them. I choose to become a film producer or a master in film because I already work in that industry back in my country because I'm from Honduras. I know how it works there, but I wanted to learn more, but not just gather more information, but learning the tools that can give me a journey of satisfaction with my career so I can keep going, accomplish my dream. Because my ultimate dream is to win an Oscar. Ignace Semmelweis was a Hungarian doctor in the obstetric department of the University of Vienna. He struggled a lot with the childbed fever that plagued Europe. So he started thinking about its origins, so he conducted research to find about it. He came to the conclusion that it was the contact hand-to-hand from the doctor to the patient. So they were practically killing them. In these days, for us it's easy to relate for that because of the control of the hygiene in the hospitals. It's pretty strict from the doctor to the patient. But in those days, that wasn't the rule. Actually, for him, it was like a sin saying this because he's saying that the doctors were killers in those days. But you have to be more patient with that. You have to have more social intelligence to overcome this because it can result in bad consequences. Actually, for him, he got fired from his job. And in these days, if you do that with your boss, with the people that are struggling with you, against you, and you know that they're wrong, you have to be more patient with them. You should have more social intelligence to overcome this and keep going with your path. Strategies for acquiring social intelligence. First, speak through your work. Your work is the single greatest means at your disposal for expressing your social intelligence. So this means that you have to let your work speak for you. This is like a way that you can show your skills without being arrogant. You can show how you can work, how good can you be in your job without being arrogant. Number 2, craft the appropriate persona. If you're not careful and simply assume that it is best to be yourself, they will begin to ascribe you all kinds of qualities that have little to do with who you are, but correspond to what they want to see. In here, you have to deal with the stereotypes. You have to overcome them because if you're an artist, people will think that you're lazy, that you're disorganized, that you're not disciplined, but you have to overcome this, not saying that you're not, but acting like that in the public with the people that are seeing you and watching your work. Number 3, see yourself as others see you. You can begin this process by looking at negative events in our past. For me, this is the same as humility, right? Because you have to be able to accept your wrongs, your wrongdoings, and overcome them and be more successful in your path, knowing that you can make mistakes, and that's all right. Number 4, suffer fools gladly. The natural tendency with fools is to lower yourself to their level. My father always told me that in my path, I will always find a lot of rocks. But the thing that I have to learn about it's to learn how to avoid them and keep going with my path. So you will encounter a lot of people that want to drag you down, that they're envy or jealous about your success. And they will always say things that you cannot accomplish your plan, you cannot accomplish your objectives and things like that. But the thing that you have to do is learn how to avoid them and keep going with your path. Returning to the person that I chose for a master, the Dr. Ignace Semmelweis, the Hungarian doctor, I want to ask him 2 questions. First of all, what was going to his mind when he was against his own boss? And the second one, how deeply involved with my passion you think I have to be to become a master in my field? With the 7 deadly realities, I chose envy and passive aggression. With envy because in film industry, there will always be envy. with your work, with your colleagues, with your co-workers. Because if you feel something beautiful, people will start asking things about how was he able to do it, or is he capable of doing it. So you have to overcome this, because even from your family can come this envy. You have to overcome them and know that there will always be envy, but you just have to keep your work speaks for you, and keep working and try to make the best in your path. So with passive aggression, I can relate this a lot with envy, because all these attitudes that people can have against you, you will just probably won't say anything. You will just keep it to yourself and keep working every day. In this industry, you will try to be more polite to people just to secure a position, just to secure a job. But you cannot avoid that every day, because someday if you try to avoid those bad attitudes from people, maybe you show up late, maybe you procrastinate in a project. But the most sincere way to do it, like the most effective way, it's confronting these people with direct confrontation and asking them what's the problem that they have with you, and try to solve it right there, right in that moment. Because if you don't give it that time, you won't be able to go through your path with more successful. So these are the methods or the strategies that I learned from the mastery class that I'm taking it. Thank you for listening, and you can use these strategies to be more social intelligence with the people around you, in your job, in your work, in your house, with your family, or anywhere, so you can be a more peaceful minded person and keep working with your path, with your dreams.